Hello, Michael. So good to see you today.
Hello, Marta. Good to see you.
Thank you for taking out this time to talk with us and with the people who are interested in finding out why it would be a good idea to integrate PSYCH-K in their daily lives. So how about you tell us who you are, where you are, and how you've seen this transformation in your life by making this choice of doing PSYCH-K?
Pleasure, Marta. So I do sit in the middle of Germany, close to the town of Hanover, which is in the middle north of Germany. I have been working with PSYCH-K since end of 2017. I have had a long corporate career for 28 years in international business. And at my absolute bottom, I found PSYCH-K, or yeah, PSYCH-K really found me, as a lot of people report here, but that's
Yes.
exactly the truth. Bruce Lipton I found, and then I found PSYCH-K. I would say this was the order in which it happened. And how do I integrate PSYCH-K into my life? I use it predominantly for myself, to grow and to change when things are really not so good. So PSYCH-K is my remedy whenever I feel really down, I have to admit. So I take it out of my toolbox and use it on myself. I would love to also work with people in my new in October with PSYCH-K, but unfortunately I didn't have so much connection with these people yet, but
Mhm.
would be great to do that. So
Okay.
this is
Yeah.
predominantly where I'm coming from. I have to admit, end of 2017, the basic workshop in Munich was a big breakthrough for me in my life, I have to say, with all honesty.
Mhm. And how would you say that you saw that breakthrough? What were those as evidences that you see? You can say this is what I saw in a very concrete way.
Yes, I went to that workshop in Munich, which was hosted by Sabrina Kiermaier, and I felt extremely down at the time because it was a very difficult time in my life. And when we did the first workshop day, I was an extreme skeptic. So I thought to myself, what's this fuss about? We are doing this muscle testing, and it looks also weird. And I was not really a believer at the time, but I was
Mm.
fascinated by the thought of changing something this way. And then the next morning, I woke up in my hotel room and I thought some heavy electricity is going through my body, and I was really, I would say, yeah, very energized the next day. It was
Mhm.
a very nice group dynamic with all the people around. I think that is the main positive facet of PSYCH-K, to meet these very special open people. And what I
Mhm.
love about PSYCH-K is that it's not instructive. It is very free and nobody forces you to do anything. Never ever have I received any advertisement campaigns from PSYCH-K the way other modalities work. And never ever I have had the feeling that I was sold something. And this
Okay.
is very unique in this world of modalities. Yeah, and I try to integrate that as much as I can into my day-to-day life. I'm working with my family and potential friends here and there, potentially from time to time. But client-wise, I think PSYCH-K has not been so popular in my part of Germany yet.
Okay. So
So
maybe
maybe I
it's
can
time
change that.
to make it. Yes. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what you're saying, those feelings that we get that we cannot completely kind of explain. That happened to me when I did my basic. I had never experienced peace, and the next day, that's what I felt, and I was like, "What's happening to me?" I couldn't name it because I had
Mhm.
never felt that in 44 years. So yeah, I think it's a very unique experience,
That's
and
true.
what you're saying about us not selling this is beautiful. We just want to make it visible. So thank you for sharing this for those who might be skeptical, like you said. I think
Yeah.
there's two types of skepticism. One is the one that paralyzes and says, "Nah, I'm not even going to try." And the other one's the curious one, the one that you had and I had, because I've done so many things before. I said, "Okay, yeah, it sounds a little bit weird, but let's give it a try." And here we are in different versions of ourselves.
And it was not only this energy boost I got the morning. I mean, what happened afterwards was a chain of a lot of miraculous changes in my life. So I was able to really look beyond my own chains I was wrapping around me. And the possibilities were much larger after the first injection of PSYCH-K, I would say. And then I got curious. I did the advanced, the master facilitation. The divine was an extremely nice workshop. And of course, some of the balances which were bringing you into proximity with death were extremely important for me. So the life bonding balance, for instance, is a very, very moving balance, and it removed the fear of death from my life. So now I'm also working in the hospice scene here in Germany. I accompany people there, and I have lost my anxiety around death issues, I would say. That's also thanks to PSYCH-K.
Yeah, I think that is a very magical thing when we are in peace with death and we actually get to live more fully. More
absolutely. That is a big key. Yeah.
Well, Michael, thank you. Thank you for sharing your story today. We will be sharing down here, guys, his website if anybody's interested in reaching out and having online session or in person, whichever fits for wherever you are. And